Not that Club for Growth is the Bible on this, but it has anointed, if you will, or bundled together 5 presidential candidates it sees as promising, and they are not only Ted Cruz, but Marco Rubio and Rand Paul, Jeb Bush, and Scott Walker. To Club for Growth President David McIntosh on what we can glean from that and why these 5 candidates were chosen. David, good to have you. Why these 5?
Great, Neil. Those 5, we looked at their records when they were in the U.S. Senate and as governors, and saw that they were strong pro-growth leaders. They campaigned on that, but then they delivered in their votes in the Senate and in their leadership as governors in Florida and Wisconsin. There's the 3 at the top that you had, Cruz, Rubio, and Paul are the gold standard. They've got very strong records in the Senate, including, as you mentioned, standing up to the Republican leadership and saying we've got to do more to cut back, get rid of Obamacare, do progressive efforts to cut taxes.
In other words, they were willing to throw political grenades. What surprises me is that Chris Christie has tried to do the same in New Jersey. You could make the argument Rand Paul, with his very low tax and multi-year plan to balance the budget, aggressively was trying to court support like your own. How did they not figure into the mix?
Well, and Chris Christie, we looked at his record, and it's a mixed record on it. Some of it was very good, taking on the teachers union.
Right.
But then he didn't follow all the way through, but he also expanded Medicaid, which means increasing entitlements and growing the government.
Which is why you also left Kasich off this list,
That's
right?
right.
He did the same in Ohio.
He did the same. Each of them had some tax increases along with other tax programs that they had. And they haven't been strong leaders on making sure we could have right to work and other reforms, which Bush and Walker have both championed.
You know what didn't jibe with me in this poll? I'm not here to second guess you, David, but that Jeb Bush, who did not take this tax pledge, that he couldn't guarantee it wouldn't write on I will not raise taxes under any circumstances. He is included in this list. Not that that's your doing or your push. But here's someone who has said, I'm a conservative, my record's a conservative, I cut taxes a lot of times in Florida as governor over 8 years. I don't need to sign a pledge to state my case. And that apparently was among the factors that won you over.
Well, we like people who will commit to cut taxes and not to raise them. You know, with Bush, we basically put a big question mark. And he has a great record as governor.
But he's in those top 5, even though he didn't sign on to that.
Yeah, and so the question is, what's he going to put out there as his policies as he runs for president? He says he's going to run like he did for governor. We're going to watch. If he doesn't put a good tax plan out or a good spending plan, then we'll have to drop him from the 5.
All right. Well, I know they all stuck up to you, David, because you have enormous influence and power.
I'm just one guy in
I
the
do
club.
that, too. I just say I read a prompter, and people laugh, as they should. David McIntosh, thank you very much.
Great to be with you.